Welcome to Baseball Card Illustrated, the channel about our national pastime illustrated with baseball cards. And this is NBA Hoops Wednesday through the mail. That's right, it's the baseball and sometimes basketball card illustrated channel.
So it's through the mail Thursday and sometimes Wednesday.
Pretty much.
I don't mind that.
Exactly, a little bonus stuff.
It's a bonus.
I'm Bronko, the PSA 11.
And I have 3 functional limbs most of the time. I'm Kevin.
So, you're now Kevin, the king of the hardwood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that?
Yeah, I can imagine me going up for rebound in these surgically repaired legs. That'd be fun.
Down goes Kevin. So I'm guessing you didn't have the hops of our first card that came back through the mail here. Kenny Skywalker.
Look at Kenny Walker. Well, first of all, this is an NBA hoop set from
1990-91.
1991. Clean, that sort of silverish design right there. Actually, is a really good-looking set of cards. But so Kenny Walker gets you hooked up here, and he sent you back how fast? How fast did he get to you?
I didn't actually take track of how long it took. I want to say this was pretty quick though, because I want to say I sent this out in like the last 2 weeks. So very fast return from the former Kentucky standout.
Kenny Walker, who's now in the radio business. He works for a radio station in Lexington, Kentucky.
Does he really?
So he's returned back to where his college roots were. Another one of those many great players that came out of Kentucky. And I got to tell you, seeing that Skywalker on there is it's pretty.
I'm going to say one of the best dunkers of the 80s and early 90s.
Slam dunk contest champion, 1989.
There you go. Kenny Skywalker played for the Knicks, averaged 10.4 points as a rookie. And it kind of went down a little bit, but that's our first return.
He's a Georgia native, by the way.
Is he really?
From the town of Roberta, Georgia.
Oh.
There's Atlanta.
Sure is.
There's Atlanta, and then there are all the towns in Georgia you've never heard of, and Roberta is one of the towns you've never heard of.
Speaking of you've never heard of,
Oh.
How about Scott Roth from the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Ha! That's fantastic. Is that? I just realized looking at that S in Scott looks like a dollar sign.
It does.
Oh.
You know who else signs with a dollar sign for an S? Deion Sanders.
Yes. That's I never thought of Deion Sanders and Scotty Roth in the same sentence, but here they are, side by side.
First and last time only, right here on the baseball and sometimes basketball card illustrated channel.
See, I look at this, and the first thing I think is, well, first of all, I know that guy behind him pretty well, the guy guarding him here, but also Bobby Hurley and Vinny Del Negro clearly got their fashion sense from this dude right here. Scotty Roth was a forerunner.
Sure was. What can you tell us about Scott Roth?
So Scott Roth went to Wisconsin, and for those who know Wisconsin basketball the last 20 years, it's been a really good program, a team that's played for a national championship.
A little bit different back in the time when he was there, though.
Their record when he was there, it is 4 years, 6-21, 8-20, 8-20, 14-14.
So as he took on a bigger role on the team, they got up to 500. That's one way to look at it, right?
And they got out of the cellar. They were dead last in the Big Ten every year, except his senior year, next to last.
Nice.
Congratulations, 9th place, Wisconsin Badgers.
So Scott Roth, this card also came back fairly quickly. I don't know exactly how many days, but one I hadn't really seen many people get, so happy to add that to the collection. I'm up to like 30 out of the set now.
You're trying to get as many of those as you can. That's very cool.
Obviously, Michael Jordan might be a little bit of a challenge. Yeah. Patrick Ewing, John Stockton, and some guys like that. But
these will be tougher.
Then we got former coach Dick Motta, who sent a business card of his success as an NBA championship coach.
That is fantastic, because the business card is a legitimate old business card. Well, it has the Bullets name on it.
His job title, World Champions.
Yes, 1978. Oh, that's great. He's even got a number on there and everything. Oh, that's beautiful. I like the business card as much as I like the autograph.
You know what I love about the autograph, though, and maybe we'll pull up, let's see. Maybe we'll use the Kenny Skywalker autograph as the comparison, because he signed it on himself there on Kenny Walker, and that's nice. It looks fine, especially in person. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera here, but you notice here on Dick Motta, he signed it on the silver part up above, so it definitely stands out.
Yes, and that's the kind of attention to detail that made him a great coach in a quarter century of coaching in the NBA. He is still in the top 10, I believe, all time in coaching victories in the NBA. Dick Motta's also 88 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say, him, Bill Fitch is another guy that we got recently to sign for this set that is got to be at least 85 or older. Because, you think about especially coaches from that era in, early 1990s, they weren't young guys.
Right.
So you fast forward 30 years, they're obviously a little bit more, shall we say, experienced as human beings.
Yes, they've gone even
That's
farther,
a nice way of putting it, right?
even farther down the road. The thing, too, about Dick Motta is his first job in the NBA as a head coach was with the Bulls. He took that job in 1968. He came from Weber State to coach the Bulls. That's something that would never, ever happen now. You'd have to have 10 years as an assistant or be a head coach in the college level at some, like Brad Stevens, who had gotten so much done at Butler. That
Right,
would
yeah.
have to be a hot shot like that. You could not come from Weber State and coach the Bulls, no matter how bad the Bulls can be.
I'm going to say Cotton Fitzsimmons had sort of an interesting thing along the same lines where he kind of came from nowhere. And he ended up coaching the Suns like 3 different times, which is something that, maybe you see 2 times with the same team, but not 3.
Right.
Unless you're Billy Martin.
Then it's 7, yeah. That's amazing. NBA Coach of the Year 1971, Dick Motta. Is that, by the way, a air conditioner or a giant computer monitor next to
I
him?
think that is computer technology circa 1990 there.
That's
or
wonderful.
probably 89 when the photo was taken.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So that's our set of returns here on this episode of Baseball and Sometimes Basketball Card Illustrated. So on behalf of Kenny Skywalker, Scott Roth, and what looks to be a mullet, or at least a mullet in the working, Dick Motta in 1980s technology, I'm Bronko, the PSA 11.
And I'm Kevin, the free throw line king. Charity stripe king.
And you've been watching Baseball Card Illustrated, a special Hoops Wednesday edition here of Through the Mail Thursday.